Listen, Attawar is one of the 13 coolest places in India, and that happened in a matter of 2 years. And if one company and one building can change the mood of Attawar in 2 years, imagine what a few businesses like what you are doing here with Vertex. We don't need the Bangalore. It's time to take our own future and build it here in our town, which is much more, a great place to work in terms of nature, in terms of quality of life, in terms of air quality. I think it's up to us to kind of say that, break that mold and say this is what we want for ourselves.
Now today, we are honoring and dedicating this wall of inspiration to one such family who have formed a group of companies and they have also left their footstep for the many generations to come, and they have actually shown the path and have encouraged, and somewhere they have also contributed for other businesses to grow in our city, and they have made the Mangalore City more lovable. And they are none other than Shanker Vittal Group. They are the one who have ruled the roadways in Mangalore for ages. Now, besides this, they have also eventually ventured into many other businesses. And today, we have one of the family members who is the executive director of Shanker Vittal Group, Mr. Prashanth Rao Aroor, who is here to unveil the wall of inspiration, and also is here to make this event even more momentous. So I request you all to please put your hands together for Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this honor, Guru. Kiran, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you here. And there is the book of Word of Inspiration, wherein we have requested Sir to write down his inspirational thought.
So, I think I will just read what I've written in this book, because I think it's most appropriate for this. It's not about us, it's just about overall concept of business in India. So I think maybe even Abhinav will sort of relate to this. I said, in India, we firmly believe in the concept of immortality. So we live on the thought, we will live on through the next generation, and we lay a foundation for them by making sacrifices for gains that we will never enjoy. So we look at a future where we will not enjoy it, but somebody else will enjoy it. And it's a very rare concept globally. India and some Asian civilizations only believe in this concept. It is this selflessness and long-term vision that gives each generation of Indians a head start against their global peers. When you are born in India, you are born with an advantage. In New India, you're born with advantage because somebody who lived before you has already set a stage for you. It might be a big stage, it might be a small stage, depending on how many generations your family has been contributed. If you want to change your life, you can't change it with a job. You have to build a business. Today we've stopped defining ourselves by the business that we do, but by the service that we give. So it will keep changing, our business will keep changing, but that core service promise will always be intact. So we can now, in future, the next generation of Shankar Vittal will be able to change the business without having to answer questions as to why they are doing it. We are still moving people. We used to move them physically at one point, now we are moving them emotionally. That's the only difference. Thank you so much. Very, very thankful to Guru and you to have me here. I thought I had the coolest workplace in Mangalore. I love the people who live under my roof. I'm a little jealous now of the setup that we have here. And I've met a lot more cooler people here. So maybe we need a corporate office here in that at some point. So that we can be a part of this vibe as well. In terms of Shankar Vittal, I think earliest memories were from school. I didn't study in Mangalore beyond 6th standard, but my teachers used to be unusually nice to me in school. Always got special treatment. And I thought it was because I was such a good child and so well behaved. As it happened, once a year we used to go on an excursion. And at that time they needed buses to go to places. So they would call me and say, ask your father to give me a call, I need to talk to him about something. So my earliest memory was our buses coming to school into St. Aloysius, pulling up that, that long driveway that comes up. And vehicles are not allowed on the driveway. So very unusual to see a vehicle inside. And 3 or 4 buses would come and park. It was a big school. We had a huge, I think each class would have been 70, 80 people. So going in those buses was always my first memory interacting with Shankar Vittal.
Great, thank you. And also, see, we all, mostly people from the same family, may not have the same mindset. But yeah, there are certain things that they adhere to as their legacy. Of course, we are different people and we have different thought processes as well. So, is there something that you think that this should be carried forward as part of family legacy? If yes, what is that?
As far as family businesses are concerned, it's a very large subject and it requires maybe a whole day's discussion to do justice to it. I went to a family business program. And it's an 18-month program, so there's that much to talk about. And as far as Shankar Vittal is concerned, we are guilty of not corporatizing it. We should have corporatized a long time ago. There are companies like Sundar Motors who were born at the same time in the same business, and they became corporate 30 years ago. So I don't know if we are a great example of how family businesses should go from generation to generation. We have been guilty of not succession planning. We had a few unfortunate accidents with some critical family members passed away at the wrong time, causing the company to lose direction briefly until the next generation could figure out what's going on. But when we came back here and we were, we are not in the transport business when I joined. We have already exited the transport business. We are pretty much in real estate. And interacting with family members, I had to keep answering the question, why are we in hospitality? Since I studied, I work in hospitality, I understood the business, but what is Shankar Vittal's connection to hospitality? And I think that one value that Shankar Vittal should take forward is to be relevant to Mangalore. I think it doesn't matter what business, provided it's a mass touch and feel business for Mangaloreans. I think that one quality is what we will take forward, at least from here. We will love as a company of the people. I don't know if many people know this, but Shankar Vittal is a publicly limited company. So 40% of our stock is in the general public, it's not just family members. So it was a people's company, our people who traveled in our buses bought shares of this company back in the day. And it's just checking our shareholders list, we have 380 shareholders in the company. So we are trying to do an outreach to them as well. I think the one common thing is, with the hospitality business, we want that same level of day-to-day touch and feel. People should experiences, be physically able to experience this. I think that is what we will focus on, that physical relationship to the city. So if I had to grow further, I had to build something again. And so here I had Shankar Vittal, which was, meanwhile, I was fully clear on what to do with this company because I had experienced it, I liked the business, I believed in the business. I believe that Mangalore has no good hospitality brand from Baker to Kalpana, 400 kilometers of coast, including the mountains. Except for Coorg, where there are 2 or 3 great properties. There are no good hospitality, but the location is pristine and beautiful. It deserves to have that kind of tourism, infrastructure and options. So I was very clear with Shankar Vittal's long heritage here, being a citizen of Mangalore, being well known. It wouldn't take long for it to be recast as a great hospitality enterprise. Not just hospitality, community. So if you look at the larger, people focus on Avatar, but if you look at the larger Shankar Vittal HQ complex, for people in South Mangalore, it's an everyday place. People wash their car there, they do their laundry there, they get their hair and makeup done there, they go to the spa there, they go to the gymnasium over there, they have their parties at the loft. When their guests come for functions and weddings, they put them up at the rooms. So except for movies, everything else in South Mangalore is more vibrant than several malls in the city. Why? Because it's everyday touch and feel. Bread, coffee, groceries, everything happens. Reliance Smart just opened up yesterday with the new format. They're putting urban ladder in there, to the furniture. So
it's becoming a community hub. And I'm very pleased to say that last week there was this journalist quite popular called Ruth Prabhu from Mangalore. She writes for the Mint, and she and 13 other journalists each picked one location which they think is a cool emerging neighborhood that happened after the pandemic. And I'm happy to say Attawar is on the map. They said Attawar is one of the 13 coolest places in India, and that happened in a matter of 2 years. And if one company and one building can change the mood of Attawar in 2 years, imagine what a few businesses like what you're doing here with Vertex, what Divya does. Few of us get together, leave the government aside. Yeah, entrepreneurship center was non-startup. Not going to happen. It has to be organic. With Mangalore's education background, with Mangalore's connectivity, despite the government starving us of good road connectivity, with Mangalore's entrepreneurial spirit, when India got nationalized banks, half the banks came from one town. That's crazy statistics, right? It doesn't happen. There's something about this town that always had the potential. Unfortunately, we're not politically strong. We're a very small minority. We're too cosmopolitan in our thing. We don't have a strong voice from community. That's okay. We can take a regional voice out. We can say, look, we need to be counted and we're going to do it on our own. At some point, people will notice it and say, okay, let me get behind this. It's going to be a success story. I want to be a part of this success, and they will get in that. But a few of us can get together. What Vertex is doing here with space, we can add a layer of mentoring, we can add a layer of coaching, we can add a layer of angel investing. Why should we present to VCs in Bangalore? Let us invest in Bangaloreans here. Avatar can build a global hospitality enterprise here. Now, he can build a global packaging company here. You are building a global workspace here. We don't need the Bangalore. It's time to take our own future and build it here in our town, which is much more, a great place to work in terms of nature, in terms of quality of life, in terms of air quality. So I think it's up to us to kind of say that, break that mold and say this is what we want for ourselves. And why make great people and send them somewhere else when we can use them right here? And I think even with the crowd here, a lot of them are in software and IT. And typically people come to Mangalore to do cheaper work. They want to cut the cost of development in Bangalore and do development in Mangalore. But that will not take you places. You can start off there to build a business, but if you want to take it to the next level, you've got to do primary work. That means you've got to invent, you've got to create. You can't be a job shop. That you cannot be. That becomes a Noida or a Gurgaon. We don't want to do that. We want to create, we want a cool gaming company that comes over. We want a cool app company which has a final product, but not a product for somebody else. So these are the things that we need to see happening here, and that's when people will start taking notice of us as an entrepreneurial town where against all odds an 8 lakh population is doing much more than their share of original work.
Like you said, and we all know, Avatar definitely is in lots of buzz these days with the kind of look and feel it gives to the customers. And whether or not that's what you said that you're focused on also, to give a good experience. So I just want to know, is there more such avatars coming? If yes, how soon and where?
With Shankar Vittal, I don't have the pressure of doing a long-term plan. I allow the city to tell me what it wants. I'm keeping an open mind. So with Avatar, we were going to do a mango quality hotel. It was going to be a 3,000 rupee a night hotel with some good car. That was all the plan. But when I came back, I haven't been in Mangalore for 12 years. So when I came back, I was getting reintroduced to the city. Fortunately, I had the base networks from a long time ago. In 6-8 months, I met everybody again. But when I came back, I felt that Mangalore had changed drastically from the city I left. The city I left had no excitement, let me tell you. It was a very boring, sleepy town. It was like, like Kundapur is today. Not much going on, not much entrepreneurship. Same community of people doing everything. You go to 3 parties in a week, you meet the same people 3 times. Still happens per year. But the one change is that I think in that pandemic, a lot of people who are good Mangalorean citizens who lived elsewhere came back to Mangalore as well. I see a lot of creators, I call them creators, because creators don't follow a mold. They do something new and they create from scratch. There are a lot of creators. I know them because they come to our bakery. They sit in the Stayway Cafe, they have a laptop open, they're working over there. They come to the loft. We meet them day in and day out. And Imran and I keep talking about how these things are going on, and we have no idea they are going on. Aaron, I don't know if Aaron is here, but he's doing an electric mobility company. And he's doing it for campuses in, IIT campuses elsewhere. I think he's doing one for IIT Bombay. That's huge. And it's not such an inventive business. Anybody can do that, right? But somebody had the gumption to take it forward, and they never questioned why they should be headquartered in Mangalore. He could have easily said, I need to be based in Bombay. But he's here, he's keeping his back office costs down. At the same time, he's marketing to customers in Bombay. Why not? Electric vehicles on lease. Simplest idea, right? You don't have to buy the vehicle, I will pay a monthly rent for this vehicle. But suddenly my campus has no more motor engines, everything is working on electricity, it's quiet, there's no noise, vehicles are not allowed beyond the gate. This is happening to campuses. What he does for campuses, he will do for resorts tomorrow. He's trying to find good clients who will pay him the rent on time every month. So, in that sense, when we feel that kind of people, and we had the luxury of opening our bakery before the rest of the hotel. We first opened our bakery. So for 3-4 months the bakery was operating on its own. I think that's the time we called it quits on the interior plan we had upstairs and said we're going to change the type of hotel that we're going to make. It's not good enough for Mangalore. That was our internal view. And then we upspec'd our car to become a boutique lifestyle hotel because we felt the city had that nature. Mangalore has a boutique lifestyle nature. It's a very stylish, very well traveled, well exposed, knowledgeable city. And so a hotel in Mangalore, which is dedicated to Mangalore, as a museum of Mangalore for example, has to reflect that quality. And that's when we changed the plan. So we changed based on a sense, on an intuition we had for it. When people have ambition for almost everything, the one thing that's out of people's hand is real estate. Due to the cost and the capital required, it's the guys who are rich will always get richer because they can do the better real estate deals. And please remember, it doesn't matter what business you come from. It could be Jeff Bezos, it could be Narayan Murthy. In that, everybody parks their money in real estate. 4 Infosys founders have hotels today, they own hotels. So why do they do it? Because real estate is dividend. Rather than put in a bank account, you park it in land which has an income, and month after month after month your family gets rich. But people can't invest. Those invest, you have 1,000 rupees, you can buy a share of Infosys and one day. I don't know what share Infosys share cost by that. I'm just giving it as an example. But you can hold one share of Infosys, you have that option. So even if you don't have great capital, if you have a few thousand rupees, you can buy into a good company and ride the growth of that company. You like an entrepreneur, you can't be a great entrepreneur, that's okay, you can back a good entrepreneur and you can piggyback on their success. But with real estate, you can't do this. If you don't have a few crores, you can't even enter. One small shop, 300 square foot, Mangalore will be a few crores. And so that's out of the hands of most people. They can never take good real estate decisions because they don't have the luxury to use that decision. They might notice that this place is going to improve, this building is going to go up in value, but they don't have the ability to write that. The capital is not available for most people. I think real estate is owned by less than 3 or 4% of India. If that's the case, how do you democratize? How do you allow people who are coming up in life, either first generation entrepreneurs or students, to be able to invest and drive growth in real estate? Anand had a beautiful plan. He said if this building earns say 10 crores of rent a month, let's say on simple 10 times valuation is worth 100 crores. He says I will divide this building to 500 people in terms of an LLP, and each one will bring in 25 lakhs and own that share of the building. But not just that, it's not one share of 25 lakhs. 25 lakhs is actually a bundle of 1 square foot each. If it's 5,000 rupees a square foot, it's 25 lakhs divided by 5,000 number of square feet in a bundle. And initially when you sell real estate, you can't sell by square foot, the law doesn't allow. But I think 10-15 lakhs minimum is considered as an accredited retail investor. That means you're not manipulating the investor, you're selling it to somebody who knows the risk and is ready to take the risk. So we sell it like a bundle of so many thousand square foot. After that, it's like an IPO. Like how you have an IPO of a company, you have an IPO of a building. This building is introduced to the public at 25 lakhs for 5,000 square feet. And everybody then, in that first 500 people own that building. Thereafter, there's a digital exchange where I can drop 1 square foot at a time as I please. So if I feel that building, and there's an NAV that gets calculated on a monthly basis. Today if it's 5,000, if there are clients waiting to enter the building, if the rents are going up, could be 5,500 next month, could be 6,000 next month. We might give it at a discount at IPO. What's 5,000 we might give you at 4,000 in the beginning. So immediately next day it's worth 5,000. So you can write that and you can draw square foot by square foot, and a student can open a wallet on his phone and buy 1 square foot and give it with it. What does it entitle him to? It entitles him to that share of that building's rent every month. Basically, it will allow anybody and everybody to own real estate and prime real estate. I'm not talking about cheap real estate. Just because you don't have money, you don't have to buy a bad shop. You can now buy 1 square foot of the Leela Hotel in Bangalore because you just have to pay for 1 square foot and own that asset. And that was interesting. They wanted a person who could handle the hospitality side of it. For example, if a hotel deal comes to the table, to find the right brand to operate it, to generate income monthly, to see if that hotel will survive 30, 40 years without. So they needed someone to evaluate and read a hotel and say, is this a hotel worth pursuing? If it's worth pursuing, at what price? And they also wanted to handle urban living, which is basically in Bangalore, for example, in Whitefield, there are several 1 and 2 BHK flats available. But nobody wants to buy it because the Whitefield guys joined when I was 20, and now they're all 40 with 2 children. 1 and 2 BHK doesn't work for them. And at the same time, new engineers are coming in and they can't buy, but they want to rent the 1 and 2 BHK. So what my company will do, they will go and tell them to put 50 apartments in one bundle. We will raise say 16 crores from 200 people, buy those apartments, then rent it out to people who want to rent and divide that income to the people who own shares in this apartment. So basically, it's democratizing real estate. That's the business of what? It is the world's first digital real estate exchange. That's what all is. And when you have a plan like that, you can't say no.
Alright, so now you have been into hospitality and real estate also. So whether or not these, the decision to enter into different industry is, how do you make those decisions? Is there something that you really see something before you enter into? Or you have plans that, besides these two, is there any other industry that interests you? That you think that, yes, this is the one thing that I have missed, or you have plans to enter into in the coming time?
No, I think you reach a point in life where you know where you're going to land up in the scheme of things. When you're young and 20, you want to own the world, you want global domination. Everybody wants global domination. I want to be Jeff Bezos. It's not like that for me. I don't have a hard ambition to be a giant company or a giant business. In fact, turnover doesn't excite us. It's not something we measure also it's not in our value system at all. I think what we want is the touch and feel that I mentioned earlier. We want a lot of touch and feel. That's my personal character. Because I don't have to answer to anybody else here, I can do what I want, and what I want is to do touch and feel business. That's our ambition. So what we want to be known for, we want to be known for a company that's relevant to Mangalore, or the city it's in. Tomorrow we might go to another city if we like that city, and we'll be relevant to that city. But it has to be boutique, it has to be lifestyle, it has to be high touch. Because that excites us. It's very difficult to do, very easy to say. And we have cracked with the avatar, we have cracked that formula of how to become relevant to us. In the 12 months since we opened, 200 different people have sung songs either in the state cafe or the law. For me, that's a huge thing. For me, that's a single good enough reason for us to happen. But it shows that they're engaged in the community. And that's the difference. Most hotels are aliens in the town. People don't enter the hotel because they think it's a place for outsiders. With the avatar, it's a hotel for locals, it's not for outsiders. In fact, outsiders feel more alien than locals. And that's what we wanted. We call it the avatar because we changed some rules of hospitality. Everything that I experienced that was wrong with the industry, we corrected with avatar. It was a proof of concept that it can be corrected. We have no plastics. Every hotel throws out 500 bottles of plastic every day. We don't have a bottle of plastic. My hotel throws less kachara than my house. A bag in my house is bigger, and I keep taking photos of the bag in the hotel, sending it to my wife and see how big is our bag today. Our bag is so small. All the vegetable peels are now becoming chutneys and sauces. We don't throw things out. But I think some staff throw some food sometimes, otherwise nobody throws things out.